The modern office worker is going to be spending most of their day sitting in a chair. So it becomes really important to have a chair that works well in terms of ergonomics, giving you great support, great adjustability. And also to have a chair that's really, really easy to understand.
The introduction of the Liberty and Freedom chair changed the whole way people think about task seating.
What makes the Humanscale chair so unique is that it automatically adjusts to your body without even having to think about it, without having to worry about it.
When someone sits in our chair, the recline is perfectly in balance with their body, as if an ergonomist came and adjusted the chair for them.
The design element of our seating line is very real. They're not gimmicky, they're not tied into any kind of a fad. If we tell you that a chair doesn't have to be adjusted, you won't have to adjust it. To the employee, they don't think about it anymore because they're not uncomfortable. So the product becomes invisible.
The Different World chair is just the next evolution of that simplicity.
If something is incredibly simple, it can work for people anywhere. And that's the idea behind the World chair. It's the simplest task chair ever made. When the user reclines, the seat slides up a ramp on the support frame. And it's just the act of sliding up that ramp that adjusts the tension for the user.
In other words, the chair becomes a scale, and the information is transferred mechanically into the force required to push the back into a recline.
What Niels has done is he's replaced a complex mechanism simply with the law of physics.
The Different World chair has all the functionality of any other chair that would be considered in the same class, but it uses far fewer parts than in any other chair that's out there on the market.
There are 8 parts, and it will support a user from 100 pounds up to 300 pounds. You simply sit in the chair and it makes itself fit you. It is incredible.
Because it uses so few materials, it's one of the most environmentally friendly, high-performance task chairs ever created.
The whole chair weighs 25 pounds. The average task chair weighs about 50 pounds.
You look at resource extraction, it's so minimal. You look at what we spend with shipping material, it's going to be so minimal.
If every chair was made the way the World chair was, we would cut in half all the material used for task chairs.
What makes the mesh on the chair unique is the tri-panel design.
It's as if a tailor had custom made the backrest just for your back. And you have the perfect amount of lumbar support and the perfect amount of upper back support without doing any manual adjustments. The other thing is about the mesh seat. Traditionally, the seat has a frame across the front.
If you have a bar across there, it can present a pressure point, so I got rid of it. I put the crossbar out of the way, down lower, and simply stretched the mesh across the front and eliminated the problem.
In a work environment, you might have 500 people who come into a new office on Monday morning and sit down in their chairs. The Freedom chair and the Liberty chair, the World chair, they all allow people to sit in a chair that's correctly adjusted for them without them having to do a whole lot. 500 people will be sitting in chairs that are perfectly adjusted to their body weight without any effort being done, without anyone even having to think about it. That's a pretty cool thing.